underneath them, and then it's just a glute bridge straight up. We're firing the glutes, okay? Again, we'll just do probably 3 or 4 of these. We'll hold it for about 10 seconds. You guys kind of feel what that kind of feels like. Just try to fire the glutes up a little bit, because I know you're gonna work out. So I slide my legs in here. And then like now as we're kind of advancing a little bit, we're starting to go single leg on them. So we'll go up and then we'll go single leg. Again, I'm really big into straight lines. So go up, Dave. I'm really big into like the straight lines. To be faster, I always say like you get like bang bang plays, like a straight line is a lot easier. So again, that's just kind of firing the glutes up a little bit. So that one a good one? You don't have to keep doing this for your swing. All right, so from there we're gonna go to our stomachs. And then now again, we're working on our shoulders. So these are called dead bug, or I call them bear pose. So we're gonna go apart like this. We're gonna tuck our feet underneath. Again, this is where kids are gonna, like little kids are trying to protect down here, right? We spread their hips out. They get their hips kind of wide. Legs underneath us again. And we're just gonna go opposite arm, opposite leg. And it's a straight line. And we're not trying to get them to turn their hips up like this, right? We're trying to get them to activate their glutes so their toes should be fired toward the ground. And then they're straight up and they're slow. We're holding it. Again, it's activating the shoulders, activating the core, activating the hips a little bit. Back down, back to the other side.
What are these called, Ben? Bear?
These are called, what they're called, I just do them. So they're in a bear pose, is what they're, I'll get all this stuff for you guys. Okay, so from there, then we'll flip back over, we'll do the opposite side of that. So go on our back. Now you're doing the opposite thing, so you're gonna put your legs up in the air. Okay, hips wide, toes up in the air. This is just a coordination. Arms straight up in the air, and we're gonna go opposite. So this leg goes straight out, this arm stays straight up. And this is again, just I would say it's like it's making sure we have ourselves in the right space so we know what we're doing, right? So they're gonna start moving their arms down, right? We're thinking about where we're at in space when we're doing this. It's opposite arm, opposite leg. Now we're just engaging core, getting the core warmed up. We'll do it for about 2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah. Because don't rest. I mean, they're not going to. They're going to rest in between. All right. So now I'll have them go back over the line, which you guys can do too. So this is when we get into our figure 4. So this is where the ankle stability comes in. You have to sit down, Dave, and do this. Hold up. Okay. So. This is like my favorite thing to do because it has to do, it's our running form and speed. So I'll get ankle stability. So I'll have one leg up. Okay, so I will come and I'll look at this and I correct this every time we do it. And like these guys are starting to be able to know what they're looking for. Okay, so we're looking at our proper running form. So my knee is up in the air. Again, I'm activating my psoas, right, your hip flexor. So I'm activating here. You see where ankle stability is kind of coming into that. Okay, and we're going to go arms. Okay, and we're thinking about proper running form, right? So arms, so I'm going to coach nose, pocket, and then back for the arms. Okay, and then when they start getting them, they'll go like this. I'll be like, you run like this? Or, no, this is how we run. So if you have them go like this, now I will have them lean forward on me. And that's how we want to look when we start running, right? So if we're talking about like a bang bang play, if we step backwards, we're not moving forward. So we're hitting here, and then we're going forward instead of going back, right? So that's where this all kind of comes into play. We don't want to run like this. We're not having robots that run like this, but if we coach and show them, you know, to get to this when your brain is kind of starting, it kind of gets them to get in that good running form. So from there, I'll go to a march. So we'll march down with that same movement. We'll march all the way down. So I'm just watching the running form up on my tiptoes, kind of just watching through. Go up on your tiptoes, Dave. Yep. And then that good forward lean. Let's go back. So we're there, like I have his arms come back, like they're just kind of working a little bit. Okay, then we also talk about like the rhythm of running, right? So rhythm has running. So we will do pops, and it's also warm up the calves. So we just go pops. And I have to do rhythm. I'll do the snap, and that's to add that rhythm to running. Right? You see a lot of these kids are really funky and they're really funky with the runs. You add some of that rhythm to it, okay? It helps them run a little faster, okay? Then from there we'll go to a skip. So just a figure 4 skip. So same thing. Just add the rhythm and skip with it, driving that knee up to that belt the entire time. Okay, again, that's working our ankle stability, working our core. Let's get our hip flexors in there. So this is kind of, this is more working on that parasympathetic brain then. Dave, come here. Thanks for being my dummy. So I have them, so I always tell the kids, like, when we're running, when you have the most potential to run as fast as you possibly can. When you have the potential to run as fast as you possibly can.
When you're being chased.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, that goes into it, right? Why are you being chased? What's your brain thinking? What's the part of the brain using?
Flight.
Flight, right? Parasympathetic is the thing, right? So, what's our our brain's number one thing to protect? The brain, right? Okay, so I have to do a fall over drill, right? So, from their tiptoes, okay, I have them close their eyes, and then I give them the cadence of go, and just simple go, right? So it's go, and they're falling forward and trying to protect themselves, because that's when the most potential to run as fast as they can. They're not thinking it, right? They're just using their brain, the parasympathetic, to protect themselves from getting hurt, right? So, but it's really tough, because they want to they just go as fast as they can. So it's really teaching them, man, I gotta like almost fall over to be able to do it. So like Andy and I'll demonstrate it, like that fall over, but that's when your body really will catch yourself and you get your hip underneath and you really run pretty fast. We'll do like a jog out, a 3-step hard, and we'll jog out with that. And then we'll go into same kind of concept, just a reaction drill from our stomachs. So if I go from my stomach and I do a set go, again, what does this look like? If I were to stand up, everybody goes figure 4, right? So just getting that legs underneath them. Now we're working our hips. It's not just, hey, let's go jog, let's go run. It's kind of go through the motions. It's like, hey, let's fucking hit it and go fast. So that's our one. That's it?
Bear crawl,
Oh,
side crawl.
oh yeah. So So again, this is to warm up the shoulder, arm underneath, feet tucked underneath, knees 2 inches off the ground, robot dog. Okay, so again, warms the shoulders up, warms the core up, kind of engages the whole body, and it helps them know where they're at in space. It's called robot dog. Okay, and if I'm really being mean, we'll do it sideways, same thing, and it just moves sideways in space, knees 2 inches off the ground, back flat, just trying to get the shoulders engaged, core engaged, kind of move the hip flexors a little more.
Knees don't go past your waist.
Knees don't pass your hips, again, just moving them in space.
When you have them in the figure 4, leaning forward,
Yep.
you just do a couple reps of that, or you have them lean forward and hold.
What do you mean by the lean forward?
You had them.
I'll just do that as a demonstration. I'll just show
Oh, okay.
them, that's what we're gonna do. And it lets them, it kind of translates like, hey, if I wanna run forward,
Okay.
that's how I wanna kind of be. As we kind of get more advanced on it, we'll go outside, we'll do a shuffle, and go. Think of like base running. And so again, I call it oh shit time. So I want them to get figure 4. Right? So they get that right leg up and going, run fast. Instead of, when we kind of cross our feet over, just that oh shit, cross our feet over and go. Same thing with an outfielder. So we'll go back, muscle. Same thing. It's all that same figure 4 on the base on that. So if we I feel like we're not there, we'll revert back to the That's it.
Any other questions or?
You do all this instead of like the old kind of like sitting and touching your toes. Kind of.
Yeah, that's.
My explanations, Chris,
I mean, like this.
Yeah.
Making that
Put one like that.
completely replace that.
Sweating his ass off.
I would say that the biggest thing, when we're leaning forward, a lot of kids will go backwards. So we have a kid behind them, put their foot behind them so they can't go backwards. You fall forward, you should always go first. A lot of kids want to go back and then go forward again. So we just have the partner stand behind them with their on the heel, so it forces them to go forward, not backwards.
I mean, just, moving forward all the time. I mean, they're not necessarily like, moving backwards. And I mean, again, that's like when I was working with Dame, Tom Shea used to work out with me a lot. And he, that was one thing that he goes, nobody ever taught me how to be a good runner and like move in a straight line. Like think about it, like a 40, you take one step out on a 40, you go from a 4.4 to a 4.5, 4.6 pretty quick on one step. So if we can kind of help fix that now, like can we be faster? Not bad. Now obviously we're not asking the kids to be, you know, Olympians by any stretch, but like if they can move better in space when they're starting, then like, I think that's very helpful for them.
Questions at all? I just want to piggyback Ben, it's good stuff. Like, getting to high school now, and my kids have been